So if you've been following these series, you'll know that nearly every time I come to a set of silks, I say another set of amazing silks. But this time, these are really amazing silks. Silks that we all know as being for Sprinter Sacre. The owner must have had great fun with Sprinter. I mean, what a horse to own.
Yeah, so Carloine Mould owned him. The Moulds were massive sort of racing people based in the Cotswolds. They have Raymond Mould had horses with Nigel, Grand National winners and everything. So Carloine had Sprinter here. The horse and I go way back. It's sort of been fairly well documented that we started the same year. I was again stable lad, and this was the horse that I was able to ride out every day, and he was always my first or second lot. And I loved him to bits.
I came down to an open day one day when they had Sprinter parading, and you had like a tear in your eye when you saw him, and I knew he was special to you, and obviously that's one of the reasons why. So the day you rode plenty of good races on him, but the day that he went to the Schlur at Cheltenham, when everyone was questioning whether Nicky should have brought him back, the great Sprinter Sacre is never going to be as good as he used to be. Why isn't he retiring? And you showed everybody why he wasn't retired. What a day that was when you won the Schlur. I mean, what did you feel like coming to the last?
Well, it was a fantastic day because I'd been fully part of the hard times as well.
And Sprinter Sacre's being pulled up by Barry Geraghty. Sprinter Sacre pulled up.
I'll never forget the day that Barry pulled him up in the Desert Orchid at Kempton, and I was there on the rail. And in actual fact, Dan Skelton, I think he was just beginning to transition from Paul's assistant, said, "Don't worry, Nico, like, these horses do come back sometimes." And it was hard, the next sort of year and a half, it was hard to believe that. But the governor definitely kept the faith, and we ended up in the Schlur.
Sprinter Sacre is one from the left as a massive leap from Mr. Mould, and Sprinter Sacre almost joined him there.
And I don't think we ever expected him to win the Schlur, but we just wanted to see the old spark. And then when he did win and won it so well, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a reception like it.
Sprinter Sacre back to the winner's enclosure, back in impressive form as well. This is the real Sprinter Sacre, wins the Schlur chase very easily indeed.
It was amazing. Nicky always says that his dad put a roof on Cheltenham and Sprinter Sacre took it off. Yeah. And I think it was true, having been there. It was an amazing day.
Well, it was just as the new stadium or the new stand had just been built.
Yeah.
And it was just as, everyone... it was incredibly special to come back to that.
And the champion chase itself, that must have been, the final piece of the jigsaw, really.
Definitely, the champion chase was very, very special. You were riding against all the greats, Ruby, Erndeso and Noel on Special Tiara. I remember I got a nice little split through them, and at the time it was interesting to see what Erndeso had left, and Sprinter was full of running, and he seemed to win his races between 3 out and 2 out rather than, be a really strong finisher at that time. And the governor always said to me, whatever you do with this horse, do not disappoint him. If he takes you there, he takes you there, and enjoy it.
Sprinter Sacre, they say they never come back. This is one of the great comebacks in the history of the Cheltenham Festival, as Sprinter Sacre is the champion again.
And the celebration later on, I mean, he won that as well, really good style.
Yeah, really good style. That was actually the last time I got a stick ban. That was in 2016. And it wasn't for excessive, it was just because I'd hit him when I was so far clear. So, and that was the last time, yeah.
And one of the best horses you've ever ridden, I guess.
Yeah, without a doubt, from what he did during 2012, 2013. He was just an incredible horse to be associated with. And, I remember the days fondly, not so much the days that I rode him, but the days where, I was there at Punchestown when he beat Sizing Europe. And, yeah, those days were just special.